This is part 3 of the study guide for geometry. This is going to cover questions 21 through 30, and it's about our triangle congruence theorems. For all 10 of these problems, we are just going to state if the two triangles are congruent, and if they are, which theorem is it. So this is when we're using our side angle side, side side side, angle angle side, or angle side angle. Remember that side side angle is not a congruence theorem. Okay. We recall that when two triangles share a side like this, we can go ahead and mark them as congruent. You can see that we've got two sides with an angle between it, and in the other one, two sides with an angle between it. So these are congruent by side angle side. Okay, in the second one, I've got all three angles marked and all three angles marked. There is no congruent statement that's angle, angle, angle. So this is not sufficient. So we can say these are not congruent. Okay. For 23, we've got we have two pairs of sides here. We would need 3 pairs of sides or an additional angle to be marked for these to be congruent, so we don't have enough information, not congruent. 24, again, when they share a side, we can go ahead and mark those as congruent, or yes, we can mark that side as congruent, excuse me. So these triangles are congruent by side, 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 because they have 3 pairs of sides matching. 25, I do have a pair of sides here, a pair of sides here, and I have an angle marked, but I want you to notice that in the first triangle, the angle is between the two sides, and in the second triangle, it's not. So while we have two sides and an angle marked, they are not marked in the appropriate places. For this one, this angle would have to be up here, but it's not. So that's not enough to say that these are congruent. For 26, we've got 1 pair of sides, 2 pair of sides, 3 pair of sides. So this is congruent by side, side, side. Okay, 27. I've got my shared side here that I can mark. Then I have the angles marked here and the sides. The angle falls between the two sides in each triangle, so this is congruent by side angle side, because the angle touches both marked sides in both of these triangles. Okay, number 28. This is a thing that you're going to have to remember for your test. When you have two triangles that touch on a vertex like this, remember that you have vertical angles that are across from each other that you can mark. I have a side, then an angle, then an angle. And over here, I also have a side, then an angle, then an angle. We actually write that in the opposite order. So it's angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side. So these are congruent. For this congruence theorem, angle, angle, side, you're looking for 2 angles to be marked in each triangle, and that the side is only touching one of those angles, but it is across from the other one. So we've got the side here, the angle is there, and then the side is across from the vertical angle. Okay, let's look at number 29. Go ahead and mark our side in the middle. So you can see I have 2 angles, but the side is only touching the right angle. And then in the bottom triangle, I have 2 angles, but the side is only touching the right angle. So these are congruent by angle, angle, side. Okay, last one, mark my shared side. I can see that if I just cover up this bottom triangle really quick, you can see that the side is between the 2 angles that's marked here. And then if I cover up the other one, you can see the side is between the 2 angles that's marked here. So this is congruent by angle, side, angle. And those are the triangle congruence theorems and how to identify them.